Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I'm hoping this is going to be a big treat. This is Weyerbacher Brewing. They're out of Easton, Pennsylvania. This is their Tiny, which is exactly opposite from what it is. This is an 11.8% alcohol by volume Belgian style Imperial Stout. Not tiny, massive. So I don't know why they would call it tiny, but the brewers do some strange things sometimes. This is definitely not a tiny beer. This is a big boy's beer. It is almost 12%. So your head may feel tiny when you start drinking it, but after you're drinking probably tomorrow, it may be not tiny. IBUs on this is not listed on the bottle anywhere, guys. There may be a date on it somewhere. I don't see anything written on the label, so there may be something digitized on the bottle or something. We'll take a look when I come back for the final chug and see if there's any kind of vintage or anything on the bottle that we can see. When they write that black writing on a black beer that's inside, impossible to see with the beer still in there. So, not a fan of that. They need to print it on the label. Weyerbacher's a big enough operation they could do that. So, 2 slaps upside your silly heads, Weyerbacher, for not. And there's plenty of room on the back of the bottle for another label they can do that on. They need to do it. At least put the vintage on there. We don't need the day the beer was bottled, but a month and a year would be good, so we know whether it was done in January of 2016 or December of 2016 or what time of the year was actually produced and put in the bottle. It would help, but just a year would suffice, especially for an almost 12% Imperial Stout. That way, if you want to do a vertical down the road, you want to do a 2013 and a 2016 side by side and see how it matured and aged and cellared. That's the whole reason behind that, guys. So we know how old a beer is we're buying and drinking. So. I don't see an IBU, so there's not one on Rate Beer, and there's not one on Beer Advocate, so let's step over to Untapped, and they have none either. So nobody knows what the IBUs are. So let's get on with this. Commercial description says, this velvety concoction excites your senses with a bottomless, roasted, earthy, and vinous notes, which vinous means grapes. Sup off the vine. And that's all we need to talk about. So while I am uncapping and pouring, food pairing for this, it says it doesn't have a cuisine. It just has cheeses and buttery brie good of already switched. And it goes well with your chocolate dishes. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware, pintback, and 9-tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite snifter today. And it says here can be sold for a long period of time, which I'm sure it can be almost 12%. So. About half a finger of head on that pour. Over to the light. It is pitch black, guys. There's no light coming through. Very dark beer. Let's get a nose on it. Rico, thank you, my friend, for sending this to me. Big chocolatey notes. Burnt malt, hints of alcohol. I'm not going to lie to you. I am getting some alcohol on the nose. It's almost 12%. Sometimes it's hard. The fresher it is, a lot of times the more that alcohol stands up, especially when you first pop the cap on it. Now, once it breathes and comes up to room temperature, sometimes it subsides a little bit. I'm getting some hints of some dark fruit, maybe even some tobacco in there and licorice. And the malt is, like I said, almost to the burnt characteristics. A very nice smelling beer. Got a nice sweetness to the back end. It doesn't say it was brewed with lactose or anything like that, but it does have a nice sweetness to the back end. And not knowing the IBUs, we don't know how beer it's going to be until we taste it. So let's do that. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Like I said, this must be a fairly fresh bottle evidently, because it does have a strong alcohol presence. Let's let me go over here and see. Yep, they have the same ABV listed on Rate Beer as they do on Beer Advocate and what's on the bottle. So they got the ABV right on this one. It smells very good. The only thing I can say, it does have a strong alcohol presence in it when it's right out of the fridge. Very pleasant though. Very nice. A great beer for the final beer of the evening. Got the grill fired up out there. Going to go out there and throw the burgers on right now while I'm sipping on this, and maybe fire up a stick to go with it while I'm cooking the burgers, and see where we end up, and see if the alcohol subsides a little bit, and if we get any more aromas or tastes out of it, and we will check that bottle for a vintage or some kind of dating when I come back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping up for a while. The burgers are done, about ready to chow down. Very nice, went very well with the punch bare knuckle cigar that I was smoking with this. The alcohol has subsided. It's not as boozy as it was when it was fresh poured out of the bottle. And that happens a lot of times, guys. When you first pour it, you get those big boozy alcohol aromas, but as it comes at the room temperature, that subsides a lot of the times. Not always, but a lot of the times. And that's what this one has done. Very enjoyable beer. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. Chocolate. Roasted malt. Almost to the burnt properties of malt. Tobacco, licorice. Hints of some dark fruit. Plums, dates, raisins, figs. Caramel, toffee. Awesome beer. Only way this could be better is to put it in a bourbon barrel for a little while. Wonderful beer. Final chug. Very, very, very tasty, guys. Exceptionally well done beer. Now that it's warmed up to room temperature, I'm not getting hardly any hints of the alcohol like I was when it was first out of the fridge. So, very nice, very enjoyable. I would buy this beer for sure. Rico, thanks again, my brother, for sending it to me. Looking at the bottle, it does have a code on here. It's written in blue. I'm surprised I could not see it with the beer in there, but I could not the way it was sweating. Now, when it's sitting on the shelf and not in a cooler, you may be able to see that date, but when it was sweating, I could not see the date. And they've got a bottle on date of 03/06/15, so that's March 6th of 2015. Underneath that, they want you to have it by March 6th of 2017. So they're giving it 2 years from the time it's bottled to the time they want you to have it, and it's going to last a lot longer than that. It'll still be good in 2018, 2019, almost 12%. This beer lasts 5, 10, even longer. So with that being said, I do like the blue writing that they've done on that. So to me, guys, 9 out of 10. Very, very nice beer. Numeric rating on this, guys, would probably be about a 97. That's where I would put it. So very, very well done beer. I enjoyed it. Once again, thank you, Rico. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 88, and they're very good range. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says, well, overall 97 and 68 in the style. So beer advocates, the numbers are a little low, and a lot of times they are, guys. But over to rate beer, I agree with that 100%. And 97 is what I give it. It's exactly where I would put this beer. 97. Definitely an A beer. Definitely worth picking up. And if you can get the Weyerbacher beers in your area, a very nice beer. A very, very well done beer. And it's got the dating on it. The bottled on date and the enjoy by date. It's got both of them on there. Like I said, it's going to last longer than the enjoy by date, but they're giving you that 2-year shelf life on this style of beer. Excellent. Very well done. Other than not having the IBUs, which is not critical on this style of beer. That's why nobody had them. Rate Beer, Beer Advocate, or Untapped, either one. None of them have the IBUs on this beer, which is not critical. It had a nice sweet taste. It's not bitter. Very enjoyable. A very nice beer to sip at home. I wouldn't go out in a bar or a brew pub or anything like that and try to drink 1 or 2 of these and then try to drive home, being almost 12%, because you might meet Johnny Law. All right, let's go over to Untapped for our final grade, and they say it's 3.88, which is their B plus range. I think it's better than a B plus, guys. I enjoyed this beer. It's very well done. It is an excellent beer. Like I said, the only way this beer would be better is put it in the bourbon barrel, and it'd probably be a 10 then. So, very nice. And they're not saying it's a bourbon barrel. So I'm grading it accordingly. I think it's a 9 out of 10 for what it is. It's very, very nice. If you say, oh man, you're crazy, it's a 10 beer. I won't argue with that. For a lot of people, it probably is a 10 beer. It's very nice. I enjoyed it. So if you've had this one from Weyerbacher Brewing, this is their tiny, which it is not. It's not tiny. It's anything other than tiny. Almost 12%. So let me know if you've had it, guys, and come on back tomorrow. Let's dig some tasty out of that bridge. See you then.